Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of the rule which provides consideration of the Limit, Save, Grow Act, a bill that is critical to our country's economic future. Now, just yesterday, President Biden, he characterized the Limit, Save, Grow Act as, quote, irresponsible. That this common sense legislation was really asking hardworking Americans, seniors and children to shoulder an enormous new burden. The only thing irresponsible would be to do nothing. And if we want to talk about a burden on the backs of hardworking Americans, then let's actually talk about it. Let's dig into it. Let's talk about how folks in my home state of New York had to pay as much as 40% more this winter just to heat their homes. While the Biden administration, they halted pipelines, the new construction, new exploration, they brought the approval of new oil and gas infrastructure to a standstill. Let's talk about how seniors in rural communities across my district living on a fixed income can now afford less in an inflation-ridden economy where the basic cost of goods and groceries has exploded and crushed their budgets. Let's talk about the $80 billion for the IRS to employ an army of new bureaucrats ready to rain down audit after audit on the middle-class families and small mom-and-pop business owners. These are the burdens shouldered by the American people for the trillions of dollars in spending the Democrats have foisted onto their backs and onto the backs of our children and our grandchildren. Mr. Speaker, if we care about the future, we would like to leave our children and our grandchildren a future that isn't crushed by debt, inflation, and paying the price for today's excesses. Then we should have no problem in supporting this critical step forward. I strongly support Limit, Save, Grow Act, a bill that saves hardworking Americans from continuing to shoulder the burden of Democrats' destructive spending policies. And I yield back, Mr. Speaker.